What's going on, YouTube? Once again, it's Nostalgia Boy, and I am back with another jersey. As you've seen, I've been on a roll, a kick with the basketball part of the Nostalgia Vault, and the jersey I have for you today is such a dope jersey. It is a Nike authentic jersey. With that being said, when it comes to jerseys, I only collect authentics. Nothing against what everybody else has to collect. I just want to throw it out there because I know sometimes it can seem like there's division because some people only want to get champion screen print. Some people want to get swingman. Some people have swingmans and authentics. Then you have sometimes, the holier than thou, I like to call some of the guys. But then I've met some collectors that, pro cuts, gamers, game issued, and there's some really down to earth, cool people. So with that being said, that is what makes this community great by having diversity and people just enjoying jerseys, whether it be champion screen print, authentics, era authentics. What I mean by that is, today Nike is the manufacturer, but Puma made jerseys, Starter made jerseys, Nike made jerseys in the 90s and the early 2000s, Reeboks, Adidas, Sandnet, Champion, so on and so on. People who collect pro cuts, gamers, game issued, authentics. That's what makes this community dope and collecting dope. So let's get to the jersey and not keep rambling on. With that being said, we have your 2021-22 City Edition Kyrie Irving Brooklyn Nets jersey. And this, when it comes to the 75th season, a lot of teams had some really dope City Edition jerseys. And I really like that. The Nets did it. Miami did it. A few other teams did it where they took a mashup of different eras of their, uniform history and put it all into one glorious, authentic jersey that they wore. Kyrie did drop a 60-piece during last season. Things didn't work out too well for them at the end of the year, and it almost exploded over the summer during free agency and stuff, but it looks like they'll be back. So yes, 2021-22 City Edition Brooklyn Nets Kyrie Irving jersey. I love all the elements that have went into this jersey, and I'm gonna put some jerseys up in the background just so I can show you guys all the elements that went into making this beauty. Let's step off screen real quick. So, with that being said, as you now see with these jerseys hanging up in the background and this shirt, unfortunately, I do not have a 90s era Nets jersey. I would like to get the tie-dye Petrovic, the jersey in my collection. One day it'll happen, but as of right now, you can start to piece all the elements that went into this jersey. So here goes your New York Nets Dr. J jersey. And of course, you see the red stripe with the white stripe and the stars going down the side. Now there is the red stripe with the white on the side. They decided to put the star on the red stripe. But as you can see, it's paying homage to the Dr. J era. So next up, we're going to go into the J Kid, Kmart, and my man over here, Vince Carter era. As you can see on the side of this jersey, you have that beautiful side panel with the diamond, the diamonds going down the side of the jersey. And as you can see on this Vince Carter, boom, you have that same pattern going down the side of the jersey. Now with this jersey, and when the Nets wore this jersey, they had it on both sides. But, they're just leaving it to the one side to pay homage to this jersey. And then, if you look at the Nets font. Here you go. Right here. This would be in the 90s, the Nets era, the way they wore their jerseys. So there you go. You have a tie-in of the different generations. For the most part, the Nets wore this in the 70s. Think 2 or 3 years during the 80s they didn't wear this, but basically the 70s and the 80s was this jersey in some form or fashion, because it started off in New York and then they went to New Jersey. So there is a 80s jersey where you would see New Jersey going down the stripe right here, and now they are back in New York, but they're in Brooklyn. So all those elements, and then they stuck to their roots and went with the red, white, and blue colorway. As you can see, red, white, blue. This is an era where they started, using gray. They had the gray jerseys, but they still had the red, the blue. They had their home white jerseys that had all the elements of red, white, and blue. Same thing with this era Nets. They had white home jerseys, blue road jerseys outside of the 1 year when they wore the tie-dye. So, they did such a beautiful job. You have 75th season diamond Nike check. You have the Nets across the front. It is one whole layer of twill, and then you have three three layers of stitching. So there is a white stitch around the white part of Nets, and then you have blue stitching going around the blue, and then you have the stitching in red going around the red part of the jersey. Same thing with the 11, and of course it has the perforated numbers. As I showed earlier, you have that beautiful side panel right here, the stars going down the side, the jock tag. Turn it around, you have the diamond out Jerry West logo, 75th season logo. Irving is triple stitched, and so is the 11 with the perforated numbers. And this is a beauty, and this is a classic, and let's get to the closer details. So there goes that beautiful Nike check. Here goes the Nets. Did a really good job. The 11 with the perforated numbers. So then you have the side stripe with the stars sewn in, and then you basically, I can't remember, but I know this was on another Brooklyn Nets jersey, this whole tire mark, tread mark on the side, and then the side panel to the jersey, and then the jock tag. And what's dope with the jock tag is they paid homage to all the eras of logos and changes and name changes and whatnot. So originally they started off as the New Jersey Americans, and then they would turn into the New York Nets. Of course, there goes your New York Nets jersey over there. And then you have, I guess that's when they moved to Jersey. I don't really recognize that logo. And then boom, I recognize that. That's the late 80s going into the 90s. We all recognize that if you grew up watching basketball in the 2000s. And there is your current Brooklyn Nets logo. So, turn it around. You have Irving. Beautifully triple stitched. There goes the Jerry logo and the perforated 11 on the back. So, with that being said, there you have it. Your 2021-22 Brooklyn Nets City Edition Kyrie Irving. The only thing I need to do is go online and get the Weeble patch or whatever. Get the sponsor patch to put over here on the jersey, and this bad boy will be officially complete. So eventually, I will finish trying off all my 75th season jerseys, and then I will make a 75th season collective and showing all the jerseys that I was fortunate to get from the 75th season. So hope you enjoyed the jersey. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'm out.